Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Weekly Pint. This is not a show. It's a weekly happy hour. We hang out together. We have a drink together. Sometimes stuff doesn't work, but it's okay because if it was a show, it would be important for things to always work the way they're supposed to. But since it's not a show, it doesn't really matter, and we can get away with whatever just happening. I don't know what it was. The computer was working fine, according to everything that it says. And then the internet was fine. Everything was fine, except it just kept dropping frames and was going to sound like crap. So sorry that I had to restart there, but everything looks like it's working fine now. If you guys have any problems on your end, let me know because I don't know. It's sometimes the world works against us. Sometimes, a lot of times, the world works against us. It seems. If you're new to the Weekly Pint, like I said, it's not a show. It's a happy hour. So the point is for all of us to hang out and talk together. You can do that via the chat wherever it is that you are watching. And I'll pop the chat up on the screen here in just a second. There is another way you can chime in, though, if you are feeling crazy. You can call in. The number's right there, 567-70-DRINK, 567-703-7465. You can call in that way. But like I said, the chat is definitely the easiest way and seems to be the favorite way for people to hang out with each other. Everybody tell me what you're drinking. Marco said, I worked in Windows but had to quit because I kept dropping frames. Gotcha. That's a joke, I believe, a window joke. Sorry. I know it's a little nerdy when I talk about dropping frames and CPU usage and crap like that. You guys don't care. This is the Weekly Pint. Oh, Derek's drinking White Russians tonight. I am going to crack into a beer here. Thanks to Julia for sending me home with a bunch of beer the last time we got to hang out. New Glarus, Spotted Cow. So if you guys have not had this cream ale, it is probably, in my opinion, aside from Little King's, the most famous cream ale that is out there. And it is delicious. Although they don't actually say anywhere on here that it is a cream ale. They just say that it is an ale. And that it is, it adheres to the Reinheitsgebot, purity law. Yada, yada, yada. There's a very long description on there, so I'm not gonna, you guys can't see that. I'm not gonna bore you with all of those words. I'm just gonna drink it. Brandy is my wife. She says, thank you for the brunch beer. Which for the record, I also thought tasted a little bit like green pepper. But my wife said she didn't really pick that up at all. So she was plenty happy with it. We kind of drank it for brunch. We made a lunch, we made Geta and drank it with Geta, and it was delicious. Let's see. What else is everybody drinking? What do you call a dull pencil? A weekly point. Jeff says, Who Day? Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News is drinking Alien Pigeon Drones, an IPA collaboration between Brew Kettle and Magic City Brewing. Alien Pigeon Drones. All right. I'd like to know the story there. Let's see. Drinking some IPA while letting Gnome entertain me. Got to stay longer. I usually last 5 minutes and have to take off. This is not going to be a long episode because I'm exhausted. Just as my 2-year-old is getting healthy after being sick a couple weeks ago. I think he's getting a cold because he had me up all night last night, just insisting on hanging out. So I didn't sleep at all. I got like 3 hours of sleep and then a long work day today. And so I'm exhausted right now. So number one, if I fall asleep while I'm talking to you, just call the drunk line. That should wake me up, the ringing, hopefully. No, it won't even because I have headphones on and the fader's down, so it won't even wake me up. Call my wife and she'll come down and wake me up. Let's see. Who else plans on drinking exactly the same thing you did on Sunday for Super Bowl? Yeah, so that's a fun topic to talk about before we dive in. Uh, there is, I have lots of little stupid superstitions around what I do during football games. The crazy thing this year is that I don't know which ones are the ones that are working. So I have to just replicate everything. We are going to my in-laws' house for every game because that's where we were for the first playoff game. We are eating the same food-ish. I'm drinking the exact same beers that I've been drinking the whole time. I am sitting in the same seat, wearing the same sweatshirt and the same hat, and it's like it is crazy, but it is something worked. So, Justin says, so High Life. No, I didn't actually drink the High Life during the game. I drank the High Life before the game while I was waiting for the pizza. I can't drink High Life during the game because I have not been drinking High Life during the game. Justin says apparently I have a lucky jersey. Yeah, it's interesting the things that we do, but something worked. I like to take some kind of credit for what happened or what is happening, and I will be more than happy to do it. All right, let me drink some of this before we dive in here. This beer is so good. It's definitely different than Little Kings. We'll say that. Oh, it's so good. It's so cold, refreshing. Oh man, that's perfect right now. Fresh out of the fridge and so good. Julia says to my wife to make sure I give you a spotted cow and don't steal it all for himself. There is maybe 2 more down here, maybe. And she's going to have to come down and get it for herself because if she doesn't come down, I will drink it all for myself. Especially with this because it goes down so easy. I may drink it all right now during the show. Who knows? I do have... so I've got some label approvals is really the only thing planned to talk about. So if you guys have any thoughts that you want me to dive into, or if you want us to dive into, please feel free to chime in with whatever those may be. Give me just a second while I stretch my arm across the table trying to get all this pulled up here. There's not even that many label approvals. There's 4 of them. This week we finally had a brewcast. We can talk about that. It has been a hectic month leading up to this, and it's not going to get any better. I am stressed like you would not believe about the new job, and trying to get all that to work. Let's see. On the top of the preparation, hard work and dedication the actual team and the coaches have. They need us. It's all for naught. I agree with that. Julia says, is there an open date for Bierkus Cincy? Not sure if I missed that in the podcast or not. No. So we didn't dive too deep into Bierkus and their third location in Cincy because they don't own the building yet. They have a bid in on the building that I believe is tentatively accepted. There may be some other stipulations around that and stuff. They're not in the building yet. So it is a ways to go. I would say 2023 at the earliest would be when you would start to see news about when they're opening. But yeah, it's coming. Marcus says there was a brewcast. I better listen. I'm getting to it. Gotcha. I knew it was a soon thing. Just didn't know if there was an estimate. Yeah, I believe he might have mentioned 2023, but even that, whenever somebody actually gives me a date about a place, I always clarify it for them with an ish, because as you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with, if you've watched any breweries opening, anybody that gives a date, it's very rarely accurate. There's always something that pops up, something that slows things down or makes it so that it doesn't actually happen when they think it's going to. So I would say 2023-ish. And Julia says that Marco has to listen to the podcast tomorrow. So Marco and Julia, if you guys don't know, do a podcast called Truth Beer Podsequences. They talk about all of the Cincinnati beer podcasts. That's why it's imperative that they listen to the podcasts when they post so that they can then talk about them. It's very important stuff. That is one thing that I didn't anticipate. I mean, I kind of, not that I didn't anticipate it. I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me, but I'm having huge difficulties staying caught up on my podcasts. I'm going to have to start cutting some out, I think. I'm falling way behind on some podcasts. All of the Cincinnati beer podcasts and all of the ones that I really want to listen to, I'm staying up to date on for the most part. And the other ones are just not happening. So just not spending as much time in the car anymore. Spending a lot of time hanging out here in the studio, hanging out, sitting in front of a computer, and not out in the world as much as I would like. I did get some fun pictures taken today. It was the first time that I actually set up here in the podcast studio to shoot pictures, which was interesting. If you could see what is happening over here, it's there is a pile of stuff. There's just chaos right there. That's just not going to work for me. But I guess it's better than out in the main part of the basement where the bar is. I need a studio. I need to figure all this out, you guys. Julia says Shift Beers gets the axe first. No, I will not axe Shift Beers first because they may possibly stay tuned be sponsoring Cincy Brewcast coming up. There may be some ads coming for Shift Beers, so stay tuned. And after all, Chris bought the test object, the test, what did I call it? The test product that was not a product with $20 worth of shipping. So Jeff says probably smart. We'll see. I'll figure something out. I could, it's not that I could solve that pretty easily and just listen to podcasts when I'm at home, but it just, for so long, I've had this routine of just listening to podcasts when I'm in the car. And so it feels strange to listen to it when I'm at home, and I feel like I'm not listening the same way, and I don't know. I gotta get used to this stuff. I gotta figure it all out. Maybe I should just take an hour every day and just drive around the block for an hour just to listen to podcasts. Maybe that'll fix it. Oh Lord! All right, let's look at some labels, and then if you guys have any Beerkiss questions, we can definitely jump into to Beerkiss, or I have a fun show coming. I'm recording tomorrow, I believe. Let me look at my calendar before I say that out loud. Yes, I'm in theory recording another episode tomorrow, which will be ready next week. 1 hour only gets you through the Newberry. So I listen to podcasts way faster than they're actually recorded, so I can get through podcasts in much less time than they are actually take. Most of the podcasts I'm used to listening to 2 times speed or something like that at this point. There are some people that talk too fast for that, but not many podcasts. Which is why I use Overcast, because in Overcast, which is an app for any of you guys who don't know, you can control the speed of individual shows. It doesn't do it for everything. You can set, all right, well, just this show I want to listen to normal speed, but the rest of them I want to listen to 2 times. Sorry, we're getting nerdy again, guys. All right, let's do label approvals. I will pull the chat off the screen. I'll pull it back up in just a minute, but just so we can see better. Let's do that and that and pull that off. There we go. We'll pop me back up on here so you can see me. All right, Mad Treat. This is nothing shocking. If you guys came to Beer, Booze, and Bonks back late last year, you got a chance to try this one. This is Tropical Psychopathy, which I do still think Merrill, Cincy by the Pint, Chicago by the Pint, whatever we want to call him now, he when he was doing his social media plug for this one, he decided he was going to call it Psychopathy, and I still think that's a brilliant name for the beer, and I don't know why they didn't do that. Brett says, I've only been told to listen in half speed. The Drunk Show is the best in our Drink It Forward podcast. Yeah, I've talked about this on different podcasts before, but I had a segment that was going to get worked. This was when Cincy Brewcast sounded very different than it does today, but it was very segment oriented, and one of the segments was going to be out of context fake drunk clip of the week or something like that. I don't remember how it was worded, but I would take just a random quote from somebody from a previous episode, slow it down half speed, and play it, and it was hilarious. Sorry for the lack of YouTube. We'll be off for another week as I'm heading on the longest trucking trip of my life. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts via YouTube. I still like my podcast apps. All right, so Tropical Psychopathy. I actually think it's out in cans already. It's in the tap room. You guys tried it at Beer, Booze, and Bonks. This is nothing crazy. It's a passion fruit, orange, guava Psychopathy. It's a delicious, fruity IPA. You guys know what you have there. Squeeze Box. I freaking love Squeeze Box. And if you did not catch the Urban Artifact, the calendar, the release calendar for the year, Squeeze Box I think is going to be around for like 3 months. I'll pull that up after we get through the labels, but this is one of the variants, obviously, of that strawberry shortcake. I have said it before, and I will say it again. This is absolutely my favorite Midwest fruit tart is Squeeze Box. I think it is delicious. I love strawberries in beer, and I could drink this all year long and be a very, very happy guy. I don't get as excited about the variants as I do just the regular base Midwest fruit tarts, but I will definitely be trying this one, and I'm very excited to do that. Love Squeeze Box. Here we go. Some Wooden Cask. This is from their barrel aged series, Caribbean Night Out. It is a bourbon barrel aged coconut porter, brewed with toasted coconut. I don't think it gives us anything else over here. Nope. If you guys don't know the barrel aged program that is coming out of Wooden Cask, you're missing out. Their beer is phenomenal, and they do this really great, very, very barrel forward, high ABV, but yet super easy drinking kind of thing with their barrel aged beers. It is, it's delicious. It's wonderful, and I can only assume that this will follow suit with all of their barrel aged releases. So excited to try that one. And then one more from them, Dessert First, a bourbon barrel aged chocolate raspberry stout. Yes, just give me all of that. Stout brewed with chocolate and malt and natural raspberry flavoring. But yeah, I love their barrel aged beers. I don't know how I feel about their barrel aged beers being in cans. I still like bottles for barrel aged beers. For some reason. For some reason, and it doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. It is purely about the experience of cracking open a bottle versus opening a can. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I don't know, but I still like the bottles. Julia says that I feel that Wooden Cask is one of the new local places that does a bourbon barrel aged right. I don't know if we can call them new at all, but I agree. They definitely do it right. Marco says the Bengals versus Chiefs replay is on. I really hope they win again. Wouldn't that be funny if they didn't? Marco says, my father said, have dessert first so you have room for it. That's a good idea. Oh, there we go. Julia's correcting herself. She says, few. She misspelled few. I feel like Wooden Cask is one of the few local places that does bourbon barrel aged right. Yeah, there's a, it's funny because like I remember back to a time in so that's all the label purpose. We'll go back here. I remember a time where the idea of a bourbon barrel aged beer, not that it was a new thing, but it wasn't commonplace. Like it wasn't that you walked into every tap room and you were expecting something that was barrel aged. Whereas now, especially here in Cincinnati, I don't know if it's the same in every city, but you do kind of expect that. And because it's become so commonplace, they're not all the same quality. There are some places that do barrel-aged beers that just kind of miss the mark, and it's not that it's disappointing. It's still fine, but it just there are definitely places that do it better than others, and I think Wooden Cask does it really well. Ever since they released that first one, Corruption, I've been hooked, and I don't think that they get the credit that they deserve. I have a post that I've started a little bit that hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll have time to finish, depending on how I can fit it into the calendar. That is the most underrated tap rooms in Cincinnati, because there are a handful of places, at least a handful of places, that for whatever reason don't get the looks that I think that they deserve to get. There's places that do something like a barrel-aged beer just incredibly well and have this atmosphere that just supports it really well, that people kind of miss out on. Or there's lots of different places that have different reasons that I think that they are underrated. So I will be sharing that hopefully pretty soon. One thing I did share this week, for those of you who do follow me on YouTube, the great toilet paper escapade of 2022, Toilet Paper Gate, as Listerman called it. If you missed out on all of that, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory. Let me drink. Hang on. Man, that's good. So, Brink, I believe that they made a comment about their toilet paper, about how great it is, how important it was to them to have great toilet paper in their brewery. I respect that. Listerman decides to follow that up with a post of their own. That I don't remember how it was worded exactly. Let me pull it up real quick. Or here, I'll do it. Oh, don't let me forget to pull up that Urban Artifact. Whatchamacallit, the Urban Artifact calendar, too. Let's see. Facebook. Oh, goodness. I really dislike Facebook sometimes. I don't even know how to... Okay. The Facebook app on the iPad is different than the Facebook app on the phone. All right, Listerman. We'll just do it this way. Josh says, Listerman's toilet paper is so rough, they need to rebrand to Blisterman. You're on fire tonight with the jokes. Let's see. So, also for the record, I just saw that Listerman changed their logo to the Bengal stripes. For the record, just because I have not changed my gnome logo to a little Bengal striped gnome, that does not mean that I am not a a Bengals fan. It just means that I felt like everybody has already done that. So, okay, let's see. Here we go. So they posted, we've been told at Brink Brewing has the best TP in the city. Well, we think that's crap. Q, TP Gate 2022. We're on a roll. Who has better toilet paper? TP Gate Brewing. Hashtag. And then this picture, which somebody took obviously with their cell phone. This is a pet peeve of mine. If you're going to take pictures with your cell phone, do not turn portrait mode on, because it makes your glass look weird, and this drives me crazy, and maybe I'm the only one. So they posted this. I took it upon myself to use my platform to solve this conundrum. And I made a video where I went to Listerman first, and I took a sample of their toilet paper, put it in a very scientific plastic baggie. I went to Brink, took a sample of their toilet paper, put it in a scientific plastic baggie, brought them out, had a beer while I ran them through a series of tests, mostly going like this and rubbing them and seeing which one felt better. And it was definitely, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was definitely no contest. Brink is leaps and bounds better. The funny part is, like, when you look at this picture, this is clearly a large roll of toilet paper, probably from Cintas, just the standard. Everybody buys this toilet paper, which when I walked into Listerman and they came out and were talking to me and laughing about the fact that I'm actually doing this, they said, I don't understand how it's not going to be a contest. You know, everybody buys the same toilet paper. That's the whole joke of all of this, is everybody buys the same toilet paper, the exact same toilet paper, except for Brink. Brink buys this other toilet paper, regular toilet paper, good toilet paper, and does not buy the standard giant roll that everybody else does, which is why their toilet paper is better than everybody else's. Not to spoil the end of the video, but the video does get a little boring towards the end. Julia doesn't know how to change her logo for special occasions. I can help you out with that if you need me to. Margot says, so if you need to use the bathroom, go to Brink or the Gnome's house. Our toilet paper's not that great. It's not bad, but it's not that great. I have small kids. Their butts aren't worth it. Not March 1st. I honestly, I have no idea what kind of toilet paper March 1st has. I've never paid attention. I've never paid attention to anybody's toilet paper, really. So that was the video this week. It was definitely like the fastest turnaround that I've done on a video, which was a new kind of experience because the new change in the job, it enabled me to kind of quickly adapt and shift around where things were. It put off the video that I should be working on till a couple weeks from now. I did last week on, I don't know what day it was, Monday maybe. Got a ton of stuff filmed for the next video. I spent the entire day filming stuff. Got it all together, got home. I started editing it this weekend and realized that I wasn't really happy with the way the video was going. Ended up with like 4 or 5, probably like 30 seconds worth of footage out of an entire day of filming. And I have to go back and redo a bunch of stuff to make it the way I want it to be. So it's going to be a while. You guys don't care. It's a video that I wanted to have up the beginning of January, but it doesn't matter. So that's that. If there's nothing else, then we can start wrapping things up, guys. I do have, like I said, a really fun brewcast tomorrow that I'm recording, and then I have 2 the next 2 weeks. Next week I have a couple tentative ones that I don't know which way it's actually going to go. Oh, don't forget the Urban Artifact release calendar. Thank you. I don't know which way that's going to go, depending on who actually decides to follow up and record one, and who doesn't. I'm trying to scroll back and find. Nope, that's 50 West. We could talk about that one too. Nope. I used to do, back when I first launched Drinking with the Gnome, and I had a separate blog that was Drinking with the Gnome. I did like a whole post on there that was nationwide, like release calendars for a ton of breweries. It was really fun to go through and pull all those. Shoot. I'll get it here, guys. I need a person that just sits next to me and Googles all the things that I'm talking about and then just drops them over for me so that I can just post them up here. Okay. Oh, I hate this. This is from Facebook, so we'll see. So ridiculous. I need some kind of like waiting music. There we go. All right. And there we go. Anyway, so there are 2 shows tentatively scheduled next week. Hopefully, one of them will follow through and actually happen. There's the one is still waiting on a thing, and a thing. The other one, they're just very bad at emailing me back and actually committing to dates. The week after that, we have a fun. It's a guerrilla style show, so it's not at the place that has been, not one of the places that's been a pain booking. It's a place that's actually pretty easy to book with, but a location. Well, I guess I can say that, a location that I have not recorded at before. And sometimes it's fun just to show up and not have somebody from the brewery there, just to kind of drink some beers and talk kind of candidly about what's going on. So that'll be cool. And then we are getting right into Bockfest season. I don't know if my Bockfest plans will work or not. I've had this. I mean, I might as well talk about it on here, right? I've had this plan for the last, like, I don't know, 4 years maybe, that I want to put together a float for the parade, the Bockfest parade. If you guys have never been, it's an incredible time. And I want to podcast from the parade. So just live record while I'm on the parade. Excuse me. So I don't know if that's going to come together or not this year, but it's on my maybe list right now if I can get it together. It's not an expensive thing to do. It's like $25 to enter the parade, but I got to get a actual float together and the logistics of putting together a podcast, get a guest scheduled for it, get somebody to drive the float. There's a lot of moving parts, so I don't know. We'll see if that actually comes together or not. Urban Artifact. All right, let's jump over here. Let's pop me up there, and we will pull that off. All right, so this is Urban Artifact's release schedule for 2022. Tentative release schedule. Sometimes this stuff changes, as we've seen with every brewery. It's very likely that things change. So that being said, year round we have the Gadget, we have Spyglass, and we have Teak. So that is your Midwest fruit tart, your lemon lime tart. This is a change for the gozas. The seasonal gozas are now just fruited tarts, and we'll get to the seasonal parts of those. Then you have your American fruit tarts, which Teak is an American fruit tart. Then you have your variety 12-pack, which includes, for the first half of the year, has Spyglass, Harrow, which is just their base goza, the blackberry fruit tart seltzer, and Chariot, which is the cherry, the cherry fruit tart. second half of the year, Spyglass Harrow, Pinery, which is the pineapple, and Photo Booth. And Photo Booth, I don't remember off the top of my head what that one is. I'd have to look it up. Then you have a fruit tart seltzer. We'll talk about Christmas Pickle. Fruit tart seltzer variety pack. You have then year-round the cranberry and grape fruit tart seltzer, and year-round the orange creamsicle fruit tart seltzer. I'm a little disappointed that the cherry is not year-round. That was by far my favorite of the seltzers. Not the Imperial Cherry, Triple Cherry, whatever they're calling this one that's out right now. I did not like that one. That is one of the few things that I've had from Urban Artifact that I just do not care for at all. We don't have to go into details there, but not awesome in my opinion. All right, the Fruit Tarts, formerly the Goza rotating series Pinwheel, which is orange fruit tart. That's for 3 months. Then we move into Key Punch season, which is 4 months during the summer. You have Bushel, which is a spiced apple fruit tart. They had that this last winter. That one's coming back. And then for a couple months at the end of the year, the Christmas Pickle, which I still love so much. It is one of my favorite beers that's ever been made. And since it's been made, I've seen other breweries kind of do the same thing and make pickle gozas and stuff, but this one was definitely the first one that I saw anybody do, and I love it. And then you have your Midwest fruit tarts. We have Kaleidoscope will be around for a few months. That's pineapple, orange, guava. Squeeze Box will be around for a few months. That's obviously strawberry, like we talked about. Fire Iron, which is the pink guava banana passion fruit, and then to be announced, a new flavor at the end of the year. Which, if you watch label approvals, you might get a hint, or you might have had a hint. I don't know if it's popped up yet. Sometimes those things come up before they get announced. And then the limited release stuff, Astronaut Food. They have two different ones, the blackberry blueberry and then the blueberry raspberry. Those hit a few months apart. And then the rare Midwest fruit tarts, you have Loganberry, Obsidian Berry, and then Boysenberry. We've seen those pop up over the last few months in the label approvals. So, that's a lot of stuff, you guys. But it's exciting just kind of knowing what's coming and what's in store for us as far as our local breweries go. I like it when people put out a calendar like that. Like I said, 50 West put out theirs too, and that's how we kind of got that first look at this lager series that they're doing, which the first one is getting ready to come out soon, which is their Maibach. So there's some good stuff. I'm seeing if there's a label for a new Midwest fruit tart. Although I didn't see that misrule on there after we had it this year. That's a little disappointing. There's a few things that aren't on there that I would still like to see. There's what Chariot was in. No Chariot that I'm seeing at all. I love cherry. I love cherry in beer, I've learned. For a long time I didn't, because there was a lot of really crappy cherry beers out there. And now I feel like most of the cherry beers that I try are just really, really good. Especially considering we've got a place like Urban Artifact that uses so much actual fruit. So that's it, guys. We'll start wrapping things up. Stay tuned. I promise that there is a really fun brewcast coming next week, unless he cancels on me, which I don't foresee happening. But if he does, I'll figure something out. So we're recording that tomorrow, and then we'll hopefully get a little bit of work done on a video. I'll hopefully get that done tomorrow, or I'm not going to get the video done tomorrow. It's going to take me a long time to make that video, but hopefully get some more progress done on that. And that's that. If you know of anybody that needs any kind of creative work, so photography, videography, audio production, any of that stuff, please have them reach out to me, Gnome Creative. That is my business, and that is how I sustain all of this for now until I have to go get a part-time job on the weekends to supplement income. But for now, that's how I support all of this. If you like what I do, you can also go to thegnarlygnome.com/support and do it that way. You can support on Patreon. That helps immensely. That pays all of the bills basically that are coming in through for all of this stuff for the website and the podcast and all of that. Or keep watching the store. There is new stuff coming. I should probably actually do work on that tomorrow too, and try to get some of that finished up and ready to go. So support however you can. That's how I keep it working for now. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me and making these little happy hour things an actual thing that is sticking around. We launched this at the start of all of this COVID craziness, just as a way to stay connected with people and to keep creating content in a easier, I don't know if it's easier, an easier fashion. And I really enjoy this, and I have no plans on it going anywhere. So thank you guys for making that a reality. Tell all your friends about it. It's fun to hang out and chat with people. The videos still do pretty good. We do okay on YouTube. So tell people that's a good place to go watch it. If you miss it live, go to YouTube. They're on Facebook too, but I need to change that. Go to YouTube. YouTube. That is definitely going to be the theme of 2022 is go to YouTube. So thank you guys. If anybody ever has any questions, comments, thoughts, opinions that you want to share with me, feel free to always send me a message or an email or something like that. And I'm always happy to hear what you guys think about all of this, because truth be told, the Gnome does not exist without any of you guys. So thank you very much. And Julia, thank you for the beer. This is delicious. I'm going to drink a bunch more. So cheers, everybody. Hooday. We won't get, we will. We'll have one more show between now and the Super Bowl. It's so wild. It's surreal, you guys. Thank you very much. Everybody have a good one. Everybody be safe, and have a good work week. Cheers. Forgot to tell you guys about the new Warped Wing and Mason too. I got to stop in there, and that was awesome. I guess I should write a post about it. Sorry. Also, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out loud, but if you stop into Warped Wing this week, they're soft opening all week. You could just walk in and go have a beer and dinner. So Write that down if you're still listening. Warped Wing, they're kind of open this week.